welcome back. You're watching Take Two with Paige and Patty.
Today we are going to be watching Season 2, Episode 4, Carving into Polygamy. Sister Wives, here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, in this episode, it's Halloween is coming, and they are all preparing to go to the park and then to the pumpkin patch to pick out pumpkins.
Yes.
And just a side note, it is always a chaotic disaster when they go anywhere.
Why don't they plan anything? I feel like it's literally so unorganized that you can't, I can't function in that kind of environment, just even watching this.
All these cars, kids everywhere.
Why does
no one even knows who's with who. And...
Well, why are they taking multiple cars? If they have room in other cars, why don't people just move and groove?
And like Janelle said on the episode, she's about ready to just make a seating arrangement because it always takes them so long to go anywhere or do anything.
Which I could see that because kids are indecisive.
Okay, so they're on the couch. The kids are on the couch. Well, the adults are on the couch, and they're talking, and then they have the older kids, Logan, Mariah, McKelty, and Madison, and they're talking, and then the younger kids are talking on the couch. So a couple things that were said by Logan is that they're well off now.
Since the wedding.
Since the show
started.
They're well off now, so things are good. And then Aurora's talking, and Brianna starts crying because apparently somehow Gwendolyn pulled her hair.
I think Gwendolyn, we played it back and forth.
So Brianna's leaning over on the ground.
Gwendolyn's trying to move her feet in a way.
Her legs.
Yeah, her legs to get away, I think. Maybe to get out of her way.
And supposedly she pulled
her hair.
Brianna's hair, and she starts bawling. So just like her mother.
Yeah.
And then the kids are talking about how they cry a lot. They're very, the older kids said they were raised a little bit different than they were. That the kids were
told to knock it off. Nothing. Yeah, and if they were, they told them to knock it off and go play. If they were crying over stupid stuff or nothing.
And that's what Madison said. They cry over silly stuff.
Well, so does Robyn.
Yeah,
Robyn's a crier.
So the girls have really taken after their mother in their behaviors.
Yes.
Whiny, cryy, get my way kind of thing. So we noticed that right from the beginning. Mm-hmm. But all of the kids seem well adjusted.
Yeah.
And are getting along.
They do.
As the show progresses, as we get toward the end, you'll see that the kids really are not getting along, that things really start to escalate because of Cody. Because he starts choosing who he wants to spend his time with and who he wants to acknowledge.
Yes.
And those kids feel like they are more important than the other kids. Mm-hmm. So this is important to notice at the beginning, right from the beginning, they're talking about Brianna being whiny. Dayton seems to get along with everybody. Even Dayton said his sisters are whiny.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's keep on. All right. So it's October. It's Halloween. It's the end of October. So they went public when school started, right when school started, which would have been the end of August, beginning of September.
I would say depending on where they are, but August in Nevada. Yeah.
End of August, beginning of September. Yeah. So it's been 2 months since they went public and this whole investigation thing started. And now they're bringing it back up. We haven't heard anything about it until today. They went off to the ranch in Wyoming, and it was all hunky-dory. And now we're hearing about it again. Because there's not enough drama in the season. The season is really not enough drama.
Right.
So they're bringing it up. What bothers me is that they talk about how the kids are so aware when a police officer comes by.
Traumatize their children.
This is part of what is going on within this culture and within the way these people live. They use I say scare tactics, but it really is. They are raised with this fear all the time. The fear of the public, fear of the police,
them getting separated and not seeing their brothers and sisters, all that. They've literally traumatized them in their brain that the cop is going to separate them.
Okay, but who's been separated? Now, Christine talks about how her grandfather was put in jail.
Jail.
Okay, that was a long time ago, and that there was a lot more to that.
Yes, that
than
was
meets the eye.
Yes,
there's
not
a
this
lot
day and
of
age.
stuff that I've been finding out about her grandfather.
Yes, and we'll do facts about that.
And that's what they talk about. Christine being royalty. Her grandfather was her bloodline started this branch of the AUB.
Yes,
Christine has been raised in this fear her entire life. However, Christine's mother left. And there was some statistic that I saw that said that 50%, at least 50% of those raised in the AUB polygamy church leave. We know that two of Cody's brothers are not involved in this. We know that Mary's brother that was married to Janelle wanted nothing to do with it.
Right. I just think they make it a fear that, and it's like a make believe
when you're raised
kinda...
from being a child to always fear being taken away from your parents.
It's like a mind crush.
It's like mind games.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what abductors do when they take
yes.
children.
Oh my gosh, I was
take
thinking
children
that.
And they
if you say anything, then you're gonna
your parents don't want you.
Yes.
No one's gonna help you.
And that's how they take them in public. Like after so many years, they take them in public and tell them you can't say anything because if they do,
they've been so
mind warped. Yes,
with this fear, and that's what's going on with these children. So this is kind of a tactics that they use. The kids are living in fear. They're still in Utah. They're living in the big house. They've been conditioned to believe that everything outside of their world is bad.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this show started because the show
showed them,
opened new doors for all of those kids, and I'll say it over and over. The best thing, the only thing, the good thing that came out of the show was every one of those children got to experience something outside of the AUB and outside of polygamy.
Yeah. So they wait till very last minute to carve the pumpkins and very last minute to get everything ready. Then they say,
dress up.
Okay, let's get in the car. What do you mean get in the car? Like, why don't you just walk around the neighborhood?
Because they're doing what people do every year in our neighborhood. They drive busloads of kids over here for candy.
Oh my God. So you're telling me that they all got in the cars to go to a better neighbor, or to a different neighborhood, or better, or I don't know.
It was a nice looking
neighborhood.
That looked like
Those
nice houses look nice. That's what a lot of people do. They drive their kids in vans to areas where they know there's going to be a lot of people giving out candy. So that's the mentality that they are in. This is season 2, episode 3. It was all about Halloween. It did give us a few insights into a couple things about how the kids are feeling. Like things are a lot better. Because they have money now.
Yeah, you can tell that.
And,
I mean, they all,
And the other thing is, this whole investigation thing got brought up again.
Just to create something.
This investigation thing supposedly started in August, September. Let's see where this takes us. We're going to be back next time with Sister Wives, season 2.
Episode 4, 5.
Episode 5. We're on episode 5. Season 2, episode 5. So far into season 2, the only excitement has been the investigation.
And that's all that they can talk about.
That's all that they're talking about.
This is my mind, and you can tell me yes or no. If it's a real investigation, they would have to arrest so many people. So are they just making this a big deal because they're on TLC? And they have to have something to talk about?
Is they are investigating them because they have discovered that they are polygamous.
Right.
But what they're investigating them for is not being told to us truthfully. Generally, when they start investigating, they're looking for welfare fraud. They're looking for tax evasion. They're looking for child abuse. They're looking for underage marriages.
Okay.
All of these things that have to do with child endangerment and child abuse and child, and they can sit there and say it, and Cody and them can say, and they will later, when all the stuff comes out about Warren Jeffries and all the underage marriages within his sect of the polygamous cult or church or whatever they want to call it. His polygamy, where he ran, they had a whole bunch of underage marriages. And they've talked about, on this show, they try and distance themselves from it. And they try and say,
we're not doing
we're not doing that. That doesn't happen within our church. And most likely it probably doesn't on the surface, but
you never know.
There is a big rumor on the internet. And it was also in the Sister Wife's book. Christine mentioned it. That prior to marrying
Robyn,
Janelle, way back, or Christine, but way back in the beginning when Mary and Cody were looking for a wife, he courted an underage girl.
Oh, yes!
And then the intention was that he was going to propose to and marry her when she turned 18, but she said, no, thank you. Smart girl. Hopefully she got out before she got married off to somebody else. But we're going to have to see if this season gets a little bit more exciting. Yeah. And it's going to, the excitement is coming starting next episode.
So please like and subscribe. If you guys haven't done that, please do so. We love sitting here on the couch and talking with you guys.
And write some comments. We want to hear what you guys think of all these episodes and what you think of the Browns and the early years and what your opinions are now.
I agree.
Bye.
Bye.